Wine was y'all. Just wanted to pop in real quick, do a little video, man. Just wanted to kind of give my version of the best way to start your fragrance journey, your fragrance wardrobe, your fragrance collection, however you want to put it. I'm gonna just give you a few tips and tricks that either you already know, you want to know, or things that I wish I knew. So stay tuned. All right, so number one, what is fragrance? So a fragrance is, I'm not gonna patronize y'all. Y'all know what a fragrance is. You know what a cologne is. You know what a perfume is. And by the way, perfume and cologne are just terms made up by marketing departments to try to get you to buy male or female fragrances. You think of cologne, you think of man. You think of perfume, you think of woman. It's just how it is. Welcome to being a consumer in a capitalist society. Welcome to America. The best way to break down a fragrance, to break down different levels of fragrances, or different concentrations of fragrances, it's as simple as this. You got eau de cologne, you got eau de toilette, eau de parfum, and then you got extrait. Anything outside of that is marketing. If somebody tells you they have an eau de parfum intense extrait, it's marketing, bro. If you read the bottom of that the label on the bottom of that bottle, if it has a label on the bottom of the bottle, it'll tell you eau de cologne, eau de toilette, eau de parfum, so on and so on. So that's number one, just to kind of get you going. It's really simple. Don't over inflate it. Don't over confuse it. Don't try to elaborate on it too much. It's very, very simple. Number two, so when buying fragrances, most of us started off inheriting fragrances from dad, brother, uncle, cousin, whatever. You know, somebody give you, if you're in my age group, you're a millennial like me, you born in the 90s, your dad probably gave you like an Azzaro Chrome or a Polo Blue or a Nautica Voyage or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you started off humble beginnings, which you should. Humble beginnings. Always remember that. But most of us, when we really get into fragrances and we really want to start buying fragrances, we start going to the mall. It's the easiest place to go. You go to the mall, they got the big, fragrance department, lights everywhere, blinding the hell out of you. And you got these glass cabinets, pretty ladies walking up to you. Oh, you are so handsome. Let me show you the most popular fragrance. And it's a fragrance that's been out for 15 years. Which that's not a bad thing, because Acqua di Gio is the highest selling fragrance of all time, and it's been out for like 20 something years. But anyway, that's beside the point. The point is, when buying fragrance, we like to start at the mall, or buying them from department stores, Ulta's, Sephora's, places like that. What I recommend, try online discounters. What is an online discounter? I'm glad you asked. So an online discounter is basically a company that buys fragrances wholesale and then sells them at a discounted price. I mean, kind of self-explanatory. The top three places I like to go, I like fragrancebuy.ca. I like fragrancenet.com, not fragrance.net, fragrancenet.com, and fragrancex.com. And some honorable mentions, I like Aura Fragrance. They have a lot of designers at very low prices. Shout out to Kingdom Fragrances. My guy Steve, man, he's a solid dude, man. Check them out, man, because you got to support small business, man. You got to support small business. And then also another honorable mention is Triple Traders. They sell a lot of those Middle Eastern fragrances, the more kind of out there stuff. But anyway, you can't go wrong with any of those choices. You're gonna find fragrances that, like, I'm gonna take one off of my shelf as an example. This first one I saw, this Mancera Red Tobacco. Just put it webcam so you can see that. So Mancera Red Tobacco. Mancera is a niche brand, and if you buy this directly from Mancera, you're going to pay about $120, I believe. I bought this from Fragrance Lord, another shout out, fragrancelord.com. I think they're based out of California. Fragrancelord.com, and I got this for, I believe, I got this for $75. I don't know if it's the same price now. They go in and out of stock, but anyway, I got this for $75. Now, you do the math. 120 versus 75. Which one you willing to pay in this economy? I'm just saying. All right, so we covered what fragrances are and the concentrations. We've also covered where you can get fragrances. Now let's cover when you should wear fragrances. So I like to break it down simple. I mean, super simple. I don't like to get very convoluted. I don't like to have a lot of ands, ifs, and buts. I like to have it very simple, easy to understand. The way I like to do it, I like to have my fragrances for the cold. I like to have my fragrances for the heat. And I like to have my special occasion fragrances. That's it. You can dibble and dabble with your spring and your summer and your winter and your fall and your indoor and your outdoor, wedding, banquet. You can do all of that. Keep it simple and you will not go wrong, I'm telling you. Let me elaborate. So I mentioned fragrances for the cold. And as an example, something I would only wear, exclusively in the cold, is Prada L'Homme Intense. This is a fragrance that I would never wear in the summertime. It's just way too robust, way too powdery, way too sweet, way too room filling. It's just too much. Perfect for the cold, but summertime, not so much. And something for the hot weather, something for the heat. Summertime, springtime, like I said. You want to keep it light and nice and bright, like a Dolce & Gabbana light blue. This is the O Intense. And again, like I said, it says O Intense, which translates to intense water. Anyway, this is an eau de parfum concentration. So this is something light, airy, marine smelling, like you just got off a boat, like you walking down the marina looking at the yachts that you'll never be able to afford. That's what this is for. And lastly, you got your special occasion fragrances. When you gotta button up, put your suit and tie on, be fresh as a man. Let me stop while I'm ahead. You got your fragrances like Dior Homme Parfum. This is something that you break out when you want some eyes on you. You're in a room where folks gonna be having on the Tom Fords and the Chanels, the Creeds, the Mind Games fragrances. You bust out something like this. You bust yours out. Pause. Let's just keep going. Yeah, man, you gotta have you something for the special occasion. Now, we've talked about what fragrances are and the concentrations. We've talked about where to buy fragrances. We've also talked about different arenas, different occasions, and different places to wear fragrances. Last but not least, I'm going to talk about something that a lot of people don't talk about. What is a complete fragrance wardrobe? That is up to you. That can mean you've got an entire lineup of fragrances from one company. Or that can mean you've got an entire lineup of warm weather fragrances or cool weather fragrances. Or half warm, half cool. 75% cool, 25% warm. All special occasion. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Don't let somebody tell you, buy this, buy that. Don't buy this and don't buy that. Be your own person. Have your own mind. And you won't go wrong. Trust your nose. What did Toucan Sam say? Follow your nose to the fruity taste that shows. Yeah. That probably doesn't make sense out of context, but if you watched all the way to this point, I appreciate you and you know what I'm talking about. All right, man. So that's it. That does it. I'm done. I'm finished. We've gone over everything that I believe is paramount to being successful on your fragrance journey. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment. Tell me what you thought about my tips, if you could call them that, my guidelines, my study guide to being a fragrance guru. Tell me what you think. I love you. Jesus loves you too. Peace.